This video was long overdue, but this I think was the perfect time to do it. What is up everyone, it's Stephen. So as you all probably know already, the other day the world lost someone who probably was at the same level of influence as like Walt Disney. He created so many characters and shaped so many lives and got so many people to dream that really it did not seem right for me to not make at least one video that kind of dedicated to him. Granted, I have never read the comics, okay? I have never read any Marvel comic, but I have watched all those movies, and those movies have really, I would say, inspired me a lot over the last, I don't even know how many, like 10 years have those movies been around. Of course, you all know who I'm talking about, and that's Stan Lee. So I thought what better way to honor the man by just counting down my top 5 favorite Marvel characters of all time. Just to kind of remember, you know, the kind of stuff that he created, the worlds that he created, and the characters that he created that are such a big part of so many people's lives. So yeah, let's get to it. Number 5 for me is Black Widow. She really deserves her own solo movie, can I just say? I love how she can be on the level of a superhero even though she basically doesn't have any superpowers, but doesn't mean like, but TBH, she doesn't even need any. Like ever since she first appeared in Iron Man 2, I thought, wow, this girl is awesome. This is something I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe needs more of, and I feel like that's women, and thankfully with Captain Marvel we're gonna get more of that. But she is still an awesome character. I mean, even when you see all of her flaws and her relationship with the Hulk, which by the way does not seem forced. And yeah, for me, every time she appears on screen, I just get excited because you don't know what she's gonna do next. Or you don't know how she's gonna get herself out of a situation. And the fact that she's going up against literal aliens from other planets and is still considered like so powerful just amazes me, okay? A woman without any superpowers is that powerful. Just imagine giving a woman superpowers, guys. Number 4 is the Guardians of the Galaxy. I love the first Guardians movie. I think that's my favorite Marvel movie. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's not my favorite Marvel movie, but it's one of my favorite Marvel movies. The soundtrack is the best, and all 5 of them are so unique. They're so distinct. They all have their own characters. They all have their own... They all mesh so well together, and the actors that portray them just, like, have the best chemistry. Like, Zoe Saldana, I cannot see anybody else being Gamora. I cannot see anybody else other than Dave Bautista being Drax, or Chris Pratt being Star-Lord. I mean, that's just classic. I'm kind of sad that the second movie wasn't as good as the first, but either way, both of the movies are amazing, and when they added Mantis, like that group just got a lot better. And I feel like Mantis is so underrated, can I just say? She can literally make you do anything. Is that not scary to anybody? They're like a less serious Avengers, and yet they deal with kind of like the same magnitude level, earth-shattering kind of stuff. They're no doubt my favorite group of superheroes. Like, as much as I love the Avengers, the Guardians are just a lot more fun. Number 3 is Black Panther. How can you not love the fact that the richest guy in the Marvel Universe is this guy who's in charge of an African nation that's just so rich? Like, I actually looked it up online. His net worth is like in the trillions. Like, he literally has a bigger net worth than all the other resources of Earth combined. What the heck? And the movie was just so colorful. Come on. I really hope it gets nominated for Best Picture this year because that movie was amazing. The colors, the African tradition, everything about it was just flawlessly amazing. Ryan Coogler did such an awesome job. And Chadwick Boseman was the perfect pick for Black Panther. You know he's like really mature and stuff, but you know he also has a lot to learn. And that's what was really important with Black Panther, with casting Black Panther. He's just so sure of himself, and yet also like is not afraid to ask for help. And you know, and I love the fact that he's the kind of guy where his intelligence, I think, is the bigger superpower than his strength or his skill or whatever. He's just so smart, and honestly, that's such a good lesson that you can teach kids, so he's my number 3. Number 2 is Captain America. I do not think I enjoy a series of movies more than the 3 Captain America movies. First Avenger was awesome. The Winter Soldier is probably my favorite Marvel movie ever, and if it's not yours, I would like to hear a debate. And the third, Civil War. God, who did not like Civil War? I really love Chris Evans also. He is such a good actor, and he's such a good like person outside of like the suit and everything. And Captain America is just so iconic. Everyone knows his costume. He is the guy that's probably made me want to be a superhero the most, except for the number 1 guy. I seriously just love all his movies so much. Although, I will just comment that I really do ship him with Peggy Carter. I really feel like there's like a really good like dynamic between them even though they're only together for 1 movie. His relationship with like Peggy's, I think, his granddaughter, it's kind of weird. But, that being said, Captain America, he's the bravest guy. He knows his principles, and I was with him. I was Team Cap in Civil War, okay? They should not have signed those accords, just saying. Anyone can fight me on that, by the way, but I'm just saying he should not have signed those accords. And number one, my favorite superhero of all time, no matter what iteration it may be, is Spider-Man. I remember being a young kid and watching Spider-Man, the first one with Tobey Maguire, and I was having the best time in the cinema. I loved that movie so much. And the second, well, the third, okay, we all know the third is not that great, but the first two were amazing, and my dream after watching those movies was to be a superhero like him. I wanted to be that smart, but also that like have the ability to help people. I don't know, he just served as such like a huge inspiration for me, and it continued with like the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, who was really, really good also, just not as good as the other two. You can fight me also on that, but he was good also. And I will just say this, okay, I will admit this. He and Emma Stone are my favorite, like you know, like Wednesday. I mean, like Spider couple, whatever. Yeah, and I don't know. He's just a smart, earnest, go-getting kind of kid, especially with Tom Holland's iteration. Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker. Come on, can we all just be honest here? He is like the epitome of Peter Parker. That guy who's just so eager to help. That young spirit who really just wants to make a difference in the world, and is really, really smart, and is really, really admirable, and is really, really humble, and doesn't give up and everything. And even though he's kind of naive and is overconfident and stuff, he learns from that. And I just identify with that so much, and I love him for that. I don't think any other superhero has impacted my life more than Spider-Man. Like, I haven't been that vocal about Spider-Man in my life, but I have been a low-key Spider-Man fan for a long time. You know, Spider-Man showed me that even that weird, lonely, quirky kid that nobody really super pays attention to can make a huge difference in the world, and I think that's something a lot of people need to hear. So those are my top 5 Marvel characters. I really wish this video was made under better circumstances, but, you know, I'm really just making this video to honor Stan Lee and what he stood for. If I could have the 1/5 of the impact that Stan Lee had on the world, I think I would be a happy person. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, click the subscribe button, the like button down there. Suggested videos are over here, and down in the description are my social media